Welcome, everyone, to the Everything Show, episode 908. I am your host, Matrixlord212, and I'm with Chris. What's up, Chris?
What's going on, guys?
All right, so I know we have some news going on, so what do we have?
Well, apparently, you said you want to do the Han Solo thing with Woody. Okay. Woody Harrelson. I believe just a note, I think I pronounced his name as Woody Harrison in one of the other casts. I apologize if I got his name wrong. Woody Harrelson apparently is confirmed for the Han Solo movie. So that is pretty cool. I guess he's going to be playing Han Solo's mentor.
Which I think is really, I mean, he's getting a lot of roles lately.
Yeah. He's a good actor. I mean, you can't go wrong with him usually.
Yeah. I can't wait to see how he is. But you think it's going to be a thing where he's a real bad guy, or is he going to be a likable character? I mean, we don't know, right?
I think he's going to be a likable character. Maybe not as likable as Han Solo, of course, which is almost impossible at this point.
Right.
But I think he'll be somebody that you can like, and maybe if he dies in the movie or something, maybe the audience will feel something for him. Personally, what I would do, instead of killing him off, which I think would be, is fine, but I think you could maybe they could maybe be a little bit more creative. Maybe they just have him leave.
Oh yeah, I mean, he'd always be in a sequel or something.
Yeah, like he just leaves, and Han Solo kind of just, realizes he didn't do it to hurt him. He just did it, just because that's the way he is.
Right.
I think it would be a nice little kind of nod to who Han Solo eventually becomes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I don't have a problem with that if he stays alive. I mean, more than likely he's not going to stay alive, but
yeah, probably not.
Yeah. What else do we have?
So this next article is about Deadpool 2.
Okay.
And apparently the sequel is going to be more of like a standalone sequel, from what they're saying here.
It's not going to be like a prequel or anything, right? Or a mixture of it?
It doesn't say that here, no. It says it's going to be a solo movie as opposed to setting up other films like X-Force.
Okay.
So I think that's a good idea. Apparently it's still set for a 2018 release. So who knows? Hopefully it gets up and running. Now,
something came out briefly that Gambit's still in the works. I thought that was scrapped.
I'm pretty sure that's not happening, but who knows? Maybe they're trying to keep it going, but at this point, I don't think anybody cares, to be honest with you. I know that there are a lot of Gambit fans out there, and they'd probably love to see a movie, but at this point, I think they should probably just put him in an X-Men movie.
Yeah.
A better X-Men movie, I should say.
A better X-Men movie.
In my opinion. They should just do that and make him a good character, and there you go.
Now, we know that James McAvoy and Michael Fassbender were signed for 2 to 3 more movies. And we now know that James McAvoy is in X-Men Supernova. And he's also a big part of the New Mutants. So there's your 2 movies. And I'm sure another movie would be another X-Men movie. But I'm wondering now, with Fassbender being in all these different things, is he going to be in the new X-Men movie?
Probably.
I
wouldn't be surprised.
I would. Assassin's Creed, I mean, as far as I know, is not getting a sequel. I mean, so far. Unless it did a lot of money overseas that I'm not aware of. But pretty much, Chris, it bombed here, right?
I mean, from what I've heard, at least I think it's a critical failure at this point. Like, I don't think many critics liked it, to be honest with you.
Yeah, so, but he does have other roles. I mean, he's probably going to be signed with all these different Alien movies, I'm pretty sure.
If Covenant does well.
Right, which I think it will.
I got to tell you, I said this in a cast before, I have no motivation for that movie.
Really? Like,
I gotta be honest with you. I saw the trailer. There's nothing particularly wrong with the trailer.
Okay.
Nothing that I've seen has really made me go, "This is gonna suck." But honestly, I gotta tell you, it's just like I don't really care about another Alien movie. I'd rather them honestly maybe do a better version of Alien versus Predator.
Wow.
Even though I liked the first Alien versus Predator, I know that we're gonna get comments for that one. but I liked the first Alien vs. Predator for what it was. I didn't like AVPR because I couldn't see most of AVPR because the lighting was terrible. And there's a lot of other things wrong with that movie too. Honestly, I'm more excited for the Shane Black Predators movie than I am for Alien Covenant.
Wow. And
who knows?
The only thing that sucks is that this wasn't supposed to be a Prometheus sequel, not really a Alien thing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm sure they're going to connect it somehow, but I'm really confused. Like, I would have rather that they would have made this more along the lines of a Prometheus 2, and we see what happened with that alien at the end, the Deacon.
Right.
Who knows? Maybe that thing will show up in this movie, and I'll have to eat my words. But honestly, if it's going to just be like Aliens Light, I don't. Okay, great.
Yeah.
But who knows?
I have to make a correction. Unfortunately, it's not it doesn't happen a lot, so don't get used to it. But I'm actually completely wrong about Assassin's Creed failing. Unfortunately, no, it's not unfortunately. I mean, it would be nice. But here's the thing. Basically, according to Box Office Mojo, it has made money overseas, and even though it only made $51 million over here, it made $104 over there, and it's still making money. And right now it's at $155 million worldwide. The key thing is that all it needs to do is basically another. It needs to have some staying power, and then it could get greenlit for a sequel. The budget is $125 million. But then it also has marketing and stuff like that too. So it's not out of the woods yet. And being that Star Wars ain't doing great in China, I have to look up the numbers, how good that's doing in China, because obviously the money's coming from somewhere. So we may actually have another Assassin's Creed.
I'm telling you, that Chinese market is becoming the new dynamic with some of these movies. I mean, I don't, honestly, obviously, I've never been to China.
Right.
I can't speak for the Chinese audience. I can only speak on what I've seen. They have a very specific taste in movies that we produce, that America produces.
Right.
That may not be very well liked over here, but when it gets over there, it goes through the roof.
Right.
And I think the best, we said it 100 times, and we'll probably say it 100 times more. The best example of that is Transformers Age of Extinction. That did okay over here. It went over there, and it went through the damn roof.
It made it possible for like 5 Transformers movies to come.
And I like the Transformers series. Don't get me wrong. But, we see how much people don't like them over here, and they're like, well, why are they making more? That's why.
Yeah. I mean, World of Warcraft made money over there.
Yeah.
It could get a sequel, technically.
Yeah, it could. I heard they were talking about what they could do in a sequel recently.
So, and the funny thing is, we can't predict what China likes because they're not allowed to have any ghosts and stuff. They didn't have Ghostbusters. If they would have had Ghostbusters, and if that would have been like 100, 200 million easy. Easy. Yeah. And we wouldn't be talking about this nonsense about, is it a flop? Is it not a flop? Is it getting a sequel? Is it not getting a sequel? I mean, it would be just done. It would get a sequel. But that kind of hurt things. Even Suicide Squad. Suicide Squad, they don't want to carry it. That would have did even way more.
Well, you know what it is? It's the movies that get filmed over there that have a big presence, because if you look at 2 specific movies, again, if you look at Transformers Age of Extinction and Pacific Rim, both of them have at least most of the climax of the movie in China.
Right.
So any movie that gets filmed over there, they go see it. You know what I'm saying?
So filming in China.
Yeah, so basically. That's why whenever I see certain movies like we're filming in China, I don't think like, oh, that's a bad thing. I'm like, that's the smart thing to do. Even if you don't feature China, like even if where you're filming is not like China in the movie, because you know that they go other places and they dress them up to look like other cities and whatnot.
Right.
Even if you go to China and you dress a part of the city up as something else, I don't know why you would do that, but hey, there's still a chance that people will go see it in China because they film there. You know what I'm saying? So
Put Ghostbusters 2 in China for like 5 minutes, and there you go.
It's a weird dynamic, and it's something that wasn't there. I would argue 15 years ago it wasn't there.
And I got to tell you, Pacific Rim 2 probably shouldn't have happened if it wasn't for China, right? Overseas? Or
Absolutely. If that movie was a completely American thing and they shot everything over here,
done.
We wouldn't be getting a sequel.
Look at Terminator too. The Genesis. Who the hell knew that was going to do great over there?
Are you seeing a theme here of the movies that they like?
Come on!
No. Are you seeing the theme? Transformers, Pacific Rim, Terminator. What's the theme that's going on here?
What's the theme? Action.
Well, it has to do with robots. I guess that's a big thing over there.
Kaiju.
Like we like superheroes over here. I mean, well, the whole world likes superheroes, but we like superheroes over here. I guess in that culture, they like the robot movies and the.
Yeah, but Marvel movies do well there.
Yeah, they do. Yeah.
Just as long as they don't have supernatural stuff in it, they won't put it. So. Yeah.
I'm surprised Doctor Strange got over there.
You know, that's what I was thinking too. That's crazy. But they loved it.
I guess they did try to back it up with science. It wasn't like.
Yes.
You know, so I guess maybe that's why.
They're like, yeah, we want to be in China, so let's take care of that, right? Yeah. So that was pretty cool. What else do we have? Anything else today?
Yes, we do. There was Ben Affleck gave a couple of quotes about what it's like having to do a Batman movie. And basically he was just saying, I'm going to paraphrase his quotes here, but basically what he was saying was, it's very difficult because, you know, the eyes of the internet are watching him, obviously with this being such a big character and whatnot.
Right.
He's saying that he's embracing that. He's not like, you know, shoving it away, which I think is a good idea. And he said it's just, you know, it's a bit more pressure than any other movie that he's ever worked on because it's a superhero movie.
Right.
So, you know, sounds like he's taking it pretty serious.
Well, I mean, he's going to be pulling his hair out of his head, that's for sure, trying to get this done. So good luck to him, I guess. You know, because if it does super well, you know they're going to ask him to do another one. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, they'll probably ask him to do like a whole bunch if it does well.
So what else do we have? I know there's so much stuff. I just can't sift through it all.
The last article I have here is about Fox. Apparently, the Batman series, obviously Gotham. It's going to be coming back on January 16th, which is in 4 days.
I still have to watch that.
Yeah, but only for a 3-episode run, which will end on January 30th.
3-episode run?
Yeah, and then it's going to start up again on April 24th.
Oh, so it's a mid-season?
I guess so,
yeah. With the 3 episodes, and then it's okay.
And then like other shows like American Horror Story, Tales from the Tour Bus, and then The Devil are going to be on.
Mm. I also have big news to break. I don't know if you're aware of it. I mean, you probably are. I heard that they are looking at a third Walking Dead show.
Oh gosh.
I guess they are looking at, where is it, Latin America or something like that, or I don't know what the hell they were talking about, but they are actually scouting around. They are heavily going to plan another spinoff.
Oh boy.
It is happening, people. Whether you like it or you don't like it, it's hard to love it because that's what's going to happen. And they see that things are changing. Everybody's excited about the other half of The Walking Dead starting on February 12th, my birthday. So the theme is the ratings are going to go through the roof. Everybody's going to be happy that Rick is going to get an army to go after Negan. So why not jump off of the popularity of that and sneak in a new Walking Dead show that will probably be between the time when they don't have Fear the Walking Dead. So in other words, they are definitely going to try to have a Walking Dead show on uninterrupted throughout the year. I mean, no break. I mean, you'll have Rick, then you'll have this show, then you'll have Rick, then you'll have Fear, then you'll have this show. I mean, they're going to literally, it's going to be crazy. So that's what's going to happen. I don't see that. I think it's too much.
I think that's a mistake.
I think
I do.
It is way too much, and it's going to destroy the show quicker.
I mean, look at the ratings from Fear the Walking Dead. As far as I know, they've been progressively going down.
Well,
Fear the Walking Dead.
Fear the Walking Dead actually went up a little bit. So,
sure?
yeah.
Let me see.
So, check it out. If you remember, they always had three seasons. They may even do another season, depending.
Oh, I think they're going to do another season.
A 4, or Fear the Walking Dead 4, fourth season. But again, I agree with you. Too much of a good thing is a bad thing. And it will drop. It will affect the whole show as an entire marketing package. And people are going to say, no, I don't want to see Walking Dead all year long.
Right.
They're gonna be glad that there's a 7th-month break or a 5, whatever. You know what I'm saying?
Right. Yeah.
So I think that's a bad idea, honestly. Bad idea. But you know what? They're gonna try it, and we'll see what happens. Not a good idea.
Doesn't look like Fear the Walking Dead is doing too well.
Yeah. I thought the ratings went up a little bit.
I mean, ratings-wise, it's still got a huge amount of ratings, but it is going down pretty badly.
Well, we'll see what happens with 3. I did want to talk about something came up today and yesterday. For whatever reason, which hey, if we got new subscribers, new viewers watching our shows, that's great. I don't know how it works that a particular video from like 3 or 4 months ago, all of a sudden everybody starts jumping on it and commenting about it, you know? And it's kind of weird because it's like we're already done with that and we're on to something else.
Right.
So to them, they're not looking at the date and they think it's like the current thing we're talking about.
Right.
So 2 things came up. Well, 3 things, actually. One about the Wonder Woman thing being gay, which I thought that was basically, we're done talking about that.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
Yeah, that was a while ago. And the thing is that while I don't agree with it, that does not mean I'm against the gay and lesbian community. I mean, that's a stupid thing to say, first of all. My thing is I am like an old-fashioned, I like the characters, the way they were created. I don't like when people change things that change the dynamic of the character. To me, if Wonder Woman's with Superman and then something happens and now she never liked men, period, and she's total lesbian, I don't understand then why she was with Superman and madly in love with him. So my thing is that, and I understand we're doing the different universe things or whatever, but at the end of the day, it is one writer's perspective on the character that should not be cemented as permanent, okay? There's going to be somebody coming aboard that's going to erase that. So rather than a comic company coming out and making a stupid announcement that Wonder Woman is gay, they're going to retract it in like a couple of months when this person decides that's the biggest mistake ever or whatever. And the thing is, I have nothing against characters being gay, but Wonder Woman is not. And there was other characters that they can make brand new characters. You know, they did that with Iceman, and a lot of people were pissed at Bendis because he even went against the creators' opinions, and he says, well, even the creators didn't know the character was gay, only because he had this notion of it. And I have a problem with that. I have a problem with people retconning the characters and changing them, okay? Yes, he gave us Miles Morales, but now Miles Morales is a murderer in the future. Not that I'm crazy about Miles Morales, but the people that are fans of Miles Morales are not liking that. So, I mean, I don't know what's happening, but I don't want the characters to change from what they're meant to be and when they started, and that's my whole thing, basically. So I'm not a hater. I'm all about equal rights. I'm all about all that stuff. So that's that off the picture. Then something came up about Monsters Unlimited, which we were talking about that Marvel basically did. Before that is coming out, they made their own Godzilla with the American flag on his chest. We talked about this.
Mm-hmm.
That is not an old character. That is a brand new character. They tested out in the Avengers, and it's basically Godzilla. Okay, that's not an old character. This whole thing in Monsters Unleashed is Pacific Rim. So that is a copy of something. They already have a movie like that. How could you say, you know, like people are talking like, we're not haters. I love Marvel Comics. We're calling out things we see, right? If you don't like something, Chris, you're going to say something.
Yeah, well, you know, it's the notion now that if you don't like something, you're automatically a hater, whether or not you have a legitimate opinion. In my definition, a hater would be that we just hated it for no reason. Like, we literally just saw the comic and we're like, oh, that's stupid. Why? It just because it's stupid. Well, that's not a legitimate reason. But we said we don't like it because it looks and feels just like Pacific Rim.
Right.
Now, if you want to pay homage to that, fine. Whatever. But change it. Change it a bit at least. I know it's not exactly the same monsters, but come on. Come on. Why does the American Kaiju have to look like that?
I don't understand.
Why? If you want to make a giant monster, blow it up. Do whatever you want with it, but don't make it look like Godzilla. There's no reason for it to look like Godzilla.
Honestly,
it doesn't need to look like that.
I'm a Marvel fan, right? But we're huge Godzilla fans.
Yeah.
So in this case, I'm going to say F Marvel because that's not cool in my mind.
That would be like if Legendary or Toho or one of these companies with Godzilla, right? Like, if they made a new monster and it looked like Gamera, why does it look like that?
I honestly think they need to get sued. Because that's effed up, honestly. And that's a scummy thing to do, because Godzilla's popular now. And it always was popular, but now with the new movie and then Shin Gojira and everything, you got to be like a jerk and you got to put out something like that. That's not cool with me. So I'm sorry, but I'm against that storyline. And if you can say what you want, but I've spent thousands upon thousands of dollars on Marvel Comics. I have 36 comic boxes in my closet, so I have a right to say what the hell I want because I keep buying Marvel and I still collect Marvel. So if people don't like that, oh well. But I have every right more than anything to say about it. So no, I don't want Godzilla in Marvel. Unless, of course, they have the rights from Toho to put him in Marvel. But then I don't want
they did in the past.
Yeah, and I don't want to see no American flag on his chest because that's dumb. Who's going to paint an American flag on a monster's chest? You know how big Godzilla is? Who's going to do that? Wait, by the way, we want to paint this on your chest, Godzilla? I mean, is he sentient? Does he talk?
Well, apparently the monster, starts out as human or something from those panels that we saw. I don't know if that changed or something, but, maybe he has a tattoo or I don't know.
And you're copying off of Rampage 2 because that's coming out. And that's like the same.
That, apparently.
Yeah. So... bad form, Marvel, on that one. Sorry, and I'm sorry anybody that's offended, but you know what? That's the way I feel. And then another thing came up. One more thing came up about the comic books. Somebody had said, well, what's the big deal? We have many different Flashes in the DC universe. We have a Batman family. We have a Superman family. We have the Green Lantern Corps. So why can't Marvel do that? My answer to that is, well, the number 2 comic book company, it's fine with them to do that, but Marvel, if you remember, they had a Marvel vs. DC thing, and based on sales, Marvel was number 1, so that's why they won the Marvel vs. DC competition in the comics. So being that Marvel technically is still number 1 for now, no, I don't expect them to copy off anybody, and it doesn't work with Marvel. It's a different universe, it's a different set of rules, and when you have many different Hulks, Thors, Sorcerer Supremes, all that stuff is boring as far as I'm concerned. No, I don't want 5 Captain Americas. I'm sorry. I don't want 10 Spider-Mans. I don't want 10 Hulks. I don't want to read a book about She-Hulk where she doesn't call herself she because she's against being a female, but is she against being a female or no? So wouldn't taking away she be offensive against female feminism? I don't know. I think so. But you have a guy that's writing about, I think it's a guy that's making the She-Hulk look manly and calling her a Hulk. I have a problem with that. Sorry. The Jennifer Walters that I know was the one that was unique because she was always in control, no matter what, of the transformation. She never let it overtake her. She was super smart, even more smart than Bruce Banner in a sense, where she was able to control it. So to make her lose control because of one battle that she's had a million battles is ridiculous. So that's my take on that, Chris. What do you feel? Do you feel that we should be like DC and, yeah, sure, 10 Captain Americas, let's go.
Okay, well, the video that we made, the point we were trying to make, what we were talking about Marvel. If you want us to do a video about DC, we'll say the same thing. Why are there 150,000 people that are the same character?
Yeah.
And I would say that DC, if they, they do that. So the person who commented that is right, but they execute it better than Marvel does.
Yeah.
It's not like, oh, well, this is so-and-so's daughter from an alternate future that came back and now she's stuck here and she finds Captain America's suit in her closet one day and then she's like, I'm Captain America. No.
Right.
No, it doesn't work
You're trying to build up Luke Cage and Jessica Jones. And in the comics, you have their futuristic daughter. A little freaky. Yeah, I have a problem with it. I have a big problem. I have a problem with someone writing for Thor that I've read for decades, and because a villain or whoever whispers something in Thor's ear, and Thor has a thought in his head about the thing that was whispering, that immediately makes him unworthy. I have a big problem with that. You want to know why, Chris? Because he's not a saint. There's no way when he's fighting Loki, let's say, right? Let's say Loki's killing people, right? You mean to tell me for not like 5 minutes in his head or a couple minutes, he's not thinking, I want to kill this motherfucker in his head for a second, right? Even though he won't do it, okay? So you need to tell me he's got to be like a saint and he can't think of anything that's impure or whatever as a hero, like he's mad at somebody and he wants to beat up the villain, that he can't have anger, he can't have this to make him unworthy because the hammer would drop every single issue if that's the case. So because somebody said something stupid, he becomes unworthy. And I have a problem with that. And I also have a problem with Marvel's notion that, oh, well, Jane Foster is worthy because Thor chose her as his girlfriend. And why is all the girlfriends become superheroes all of a sudden? Why can't there be new people? Why? So I have a problem with it. I do. A big, big problem with it. And it's not going to end unless it gets fixed. No, we don't need like 10 Gwen Stacy's running around. I mean, we have Gwen Stacy from this reality. We have Gwen Stacy from the Clone Conspiracy. We have, I don't know how many Ben Rileys, right? I mean, Spider-Verse is great as a storyline, but not every friggin' issue or not every month or not whatever. It's overkill. And we saw, right, Chris? Sorcerer Supreme? A book about all Sorcerers Supreme from different timelines with Doctor Strange. The first month it came out was number 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
Second month, 99th place. 99. People don't like it. They don't want too much of a good thing. They want one. We want one Captain America. One, and they're like, oh, come on, Matrix Lord, change with the times. You know, we can't always have, Captain America be Steve Rogers, or we can't always have, which is fine. But you know what? One Captain America. One, the Falcon. That's fine with me. Sam Wilson, he's Captain America. But what kind of shit is that? He can't even be Captain America because you got Steve Rogers running around being a Nazi Hydra agent. And then you get this other one from the future. Then you got USA Avengers. I don't even know what the hell that is. That I see Iron Man and Captain America mixtures with Asians and things. And I'm like, what is happening, Chris? Like, I don't even know. I thought, didn't Tony Stark have the Armor Wars where the only person that's allowed to have an armor is Rhodey, and he's dead. War Machine. So now
yeah. I'm going to liken it to something that not a lot of people have seen, but I think was executed very well. In Ben 10 Omniverse, right?
Okay.
They did a story where there were alternate versions of him that met, they formed a group, and there were good versions and there were bad versions, right?
Right.
They were all him, but you know what made each one of them really unique?
What?
They had their own specific story.
Okay.
And they looked different, and they acted differently, and they were interesting characters. Now, Marvel is doing that with these characters, but I would say that they're not executing it as well. Because these characters that showed up in Omniverse, they were there for just a little while, and then they went away.
Right.
Okay? Now, I guess you can say that with these comic books that, oh, well, eventually they go back to the original. Why do you think they always go back to the original? Because that's the one that people like.
Yeah.
Now, of course, you might get a character, they might do this, that, oh, this one caught on really well. Look at Spider-Gwen.
Yeah, they love that.
And again, look at the Spider-Verse. These characters are there, and then they go away, except for some of them. Not everybody wants everything to change this quickly. You want to make a new Captain America, like you said, okay, one new Captain America. Steve Rogers gets hurt, whatever. This person's the new Captain America. You have the one Captain America, and then eventually you bring Steve Rogers back if you want to. Okay, why are there 7 Captain Americas? Why are there 8 Hulks? Why are there 100 Thors? Why? Why? It doesn't make sense. That's just me. I
mean, I don't think there's really any other better way to say it. Really. Sam Wilson, right? Sam Wilson deserves to be Captain America, okay?
Sure.
I think. I was all for it. My vote is in. Sam Wilson, Captain America, fantastic, right? But why is he the Falcon as he's Captain America? Why is he flying around as Captain America? Why does he have the wings? Why can't he just choose either Captain America or Falcon, not a mixture? Why does he have to be like that? Why can't he just be Captain America?
Well, I don't really have a problem with him combining the two. I wish that if you're going to do that, you have to do it right, which I think they did that right. I don't dislike that too much. It's just, I don't know. Why can't he be the character that they focus on as Captain America? You know what I'm saying?
Doesn't it take away from him that there's other Captain Americas running around?
I think so.
I mean, I'm just going to try to bring up something because I think this is ridiculous. Okay. Let me just see if I can pull this up. Another thing that recently happened is that Misty Knight, who you've probably seen in Luke Cage, and you've probably seen that in the old comics or whatever. Misty Knight, I guess because the Falcon was out, decides to become Captain America for a week or whatever. So what's that all about? I mean, she's the girlfriend of the Falcon, and she becomes Captain America. Only because that's the girlfriend. And what's that about? Like, I don't understand why we got to do things like that. You know, wouldn't it be confusing, Chris? We said this before. We said this many times before, right, Chris? Miles Morales and Peter Parker are both Spider-Man, right? Mm-hmm. In the Marvel Universe, even though Miles Morales is from a different universe, that universe is destroyed, he's in our Marvel Universe, right? Okay, one is in one area, one's in the other area, right? Mm-hmm. If somebody's like, oh, I need Spider-Man to help me, right? Why doesn't anybody say which one? Why does everybody in the whole entire Earth of Marvel 616 just know that there's multiple Spider-Men? Like, why is that? That the one that they say Spider-Man, that's the one they mean. Yeah, that one.
You got me.
Or
I guess it's just something that they make the readers buy. You know what I'm saying?
Or they say, go get Captain America, right?
Wow.
Nobody says which one. Nobody. Oh, there's Bucky Barnes. He just shows up. Or there's Steve Rogers. So we have the Falcon. How do we have the Falcon as Captain America and Steve Rogers as Captain America? Wouldn't the Falcon say, okay, I'm giving up the shield if Steve Rogers was back? I mean, I don't understand.
He's a Nazi now, so.
But nobody knows that.
Well,
how could nobody know that? If he's completely acting different, how could nobody know?
Maybe he's trying to make sure people don't know, and he's acting normal.
He don't even know. That's another thing that's just upsetting. And
we could talk about this for 100 years, and people are still gonna. If you disagree, that's fine, but they're still gonna write these comics this way, and hey, you know.
And again, one other thing I said too. You can't eat Professor X's brains and become Onslaught. That's over with. He was Onslaught not because he was Professor X, but because he had that thing in him that was Magneto in his brain at the time when he tried to save Logan when in that X-Men 25, the adamantine was ripped out of his pores by Magneto, and he got so mad that he tried to turn Magneto into a vegetable in a fit of anger, and something from Magneto's brain infected Professor X, where later on, there's some type of thing that was trying to take control of Professor X, added to the powers of Franklin Richards. That's how you got Onslaught. So with that gone now, you can't just become Onslaught. You can't just be the most powerful being in the Marvel Universe. So the fact that the Red Skull has Professor X's powers, and he's still screwing with the heroes where it's not over, and he's turning the heroes into villains, that makes no sense. But obviously Marvel has a plan, and they think it's okay. And when it's resolved, it doesn't matter that the heroes kill people or whatever, they're mind control. So, Secret Empire is coming. Not going to get it. Probably not. Anything else you want to say to anybody? I know some Godzilla stuff. Some people said some stuff about Godzilla.
Oh, did that? I didn't even notice.
Yeah, again, with the Shin Gojira thing, look, we're entitled not to like one movie. I'm sorry. I have the whole entire collection right there, except for Shin Gojira because it's not out yet. But I'm entitled, out of my whole entire collection and the new movie, for me not to like one Godzilla movie. And I think that's a pretty good track record. That I like them all, except for one.
Hey, you're better than me. There's like 4 or 5 of them that I don't like.
So, that's, hey, can't be perfect. And I just don't like that one. I'm sorry. I'll never like Shin Gojira. You could pay me and I won't like it. Sorry.
I don't like the movie. I think it's boring. I almost, I wanted to take a nap halfway through because I thought the movie was boring. I couldn't get invested in any of the characters.
And we'll like Godzilla 2. We'll like King of Monsters.
Well, maybe. Who knows? Godzilla 2 could come out and it could suck.
Godzilla vs. Kong
could suck. Godzilla King of Monsters and Godzilla vs. Kong come out and they could suck. And Shin Gojira 2 could come out and it could be amazing.
Right. We never know. Or the animated Godzilla that's coming out.
Or that too.
So just because we don't like one movie doesn't mean shit. Really. You can't watch a video of ours and just determine that from 5 minutes of watching, you could dissect us completely 5 minutes. When I got 4,700 videos, you could just put us in the category, oh, they're Godzilla haters. Oh, they're Marvel haters. Like, when you do that, you're intellectually deficient because you're not really basically looking at the overall picture. So I'm not trying to insult anybody. I'm just trying to say for people to have an open mind. And I'm passionate about Marvel like crazy. I buy tons of stuff from Marvel. I love Marvel. Just like Doctor Who. We're critical about Doctor Who, certain things too. Mm-hmm. So if I don't like something, I'm not going to lie about it.
Yeah.
I'm going to say I don't like it. Sorry.
And going back to the Shin Gojira thing, or you could say this with anything, Marvel, DC, whatever. Just because a company makes something that you like, or just because a company that you like makes something, it doesn't mean you have to like everything that they make.
Yeah.
Okay? If Shin Gojira came out and you really loved the Toho Godzilla movies, and you're just saying that you like this because it's a Toho movie, you're not helping. Because then Toho's going to think, oh yeah, this is the way we have to make these movies from now on. Because everybody liked it. I'm sorry. You know what? I didn't like a Toho Godzilla movie. Oh well. Yes, I thought Legendary did a better job with Godzilla than Toho did with their last movie. Just their last movie.
When Dan Slott, the writer of Amazing Spider-Man, killed Peter Parker on Stan Lee's birthday in Amazing Spider-Man 700, I had a fit. I lost my shit. I popped out videos like you wouldn't believe. So much that guess what happened? The writer of Amazing Spider-Man, Dan Slott, watched my videos and commented on it. Okay? That's how much. And you know what? I got to meet him plenty of times. He's a great, great guy. Great guy. We get along great. Nice guy. We talk about stuff on Twitter very rarely, but we do talk here and there. And he's a great guy. And I had no understanding because I was pissed that Dr. Octopus took over Peter Parker's body. And my friends are like, no, Dan Slott's a good guy. I talked to him. I got the whole run of Superior Spider-Man. And it was over and Peter Parker was back and I was happy. But it was a great run with Doc Ock in there. And different things happened. It was unique. And he brought special things to Spider-Man comic. But it's a thing where I didn't like, for probably the first time in a while, a thing that happened in Spider-Man. The other thing was Spectacular Spider-Man 226. When they announced that Ben Reilly was the real Spider-Man and Peter Parker was the clone, I had a fit. That was and the Mephisto deal. But you are entitled to not like a storyline. You're entitled. And then eventually you can have an open mind about it, or you can never like something, And regardless of me liking the Superior Spider-Man comic, I didn't like that Peter Parker died. I was not happy about it, And that's the way it is. I still get Spider-Man to this day. Still. Getting Clone Conspiracy, fantastic storyline, but that it is what it is. So stand your ground. Don't get bullied. Say what you want to say. Not give a crap. And that's basically it. Don't cater to somebody else's opinions. And that's what we do here. We say our own opinions, whether you like it or not. This is what we feel about movies, comics, right, Chris? Anything. We don't pull our punches. And you know, me and Chris don't always agree on stuff either. And there's nothing wrong with that. So there you go. All right. Thank you, Chris.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye for now.